Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday.
Yeah. Yes, join a choir. Yeah, that good.
What's going on, Eric?
That's Elevated. He changed his channel. Hey, Elevated. What's up?
No. Wagwan.
Mm, Elevated, did you make it back okay for that job you were going back to?
What do you do, Eric?
Elevated.
Eric.
Yeah, because that's right. Yeah, but it's just weird to say Eric. Yeah, happy Wednesday. Hope all is well.
By the way, Eric, are you a father?
Oh, he says he does warehouse work. Father's Day is coming up. Do you have kids? Awesome.
So my question to you is, should your spouse or your kids show appreciation on Father's Day?
He says I have 2 children. Wow, that's good.
You're making me look bad.
I think he wants to know like either or. Should it be the kids? Should it be the spouse? Or should it be both?
It can be both.
Yeah, of course, it can be both. But I don't think it is really I don't think it's really something for the spouse. I think it's more kids, and I guess that goes for Mother's Day too.
So
It's more so for the kids to show their appreciation and all of that.
So that means whenever we have a child, I'm not supposed to show any appreciation for you being a mother.
What's that? Fanuel. Hi. Elevator says both should show appreciation. I think so too. I don't just think it's for the kids. I'm just saying I think it was more so brought about for kids to show their appreciation, but I do think spouse can show their appreciation too. Because I guess most people would argue that fathers don't get as much credit as they should. And the same type of vibe or hype that Mother's Day normally gets, I don't think Father's Day gets that. So definitely both is a good idea. And even when it's Mother's Day too, the spouse goes all out for the mother.
Why is it that fathers don't get as much appreciation as the mothers do?
To be honest, I don't think there's any one reason. I feel like because I think
Men definitely don't get appreciated as much.
In your opinion, that's true, Elevated. But again, I guess another question would be, why is that though? I wonder why. Because when Mother's Day is coming around, everybody is like preparing and trying to make sure everything is in order.
Because I think this is the reason. As a father, you're supposed to be a man. You're supposed to stand up. You're supposed to provide. And you will be loved conditionally. Meaning,
not unconditionally.
Not conditionally. Right? You are loved based on the fact that you can give. And that's my opinion.
I do think that happen to women too sometimes too,
No.
but not as much as men. Yeah.
Regardless, you're a woman, you will be loved.
Yeah, but you do have some women that don't really yeah, elevated say conditionally 100. Yeah, you do have some women who don't really stand up to the responsibility, so those type of
But
women
that's
won't be
very
loved.
no, that's very
And
rare.
then that's very rare. See, we are coming around to the point now. Very rare for a woman not to stand up to the responsibilities of kids. But it's not so rare for a man not to stand up to their responsibility. And I feel like that is why the stigma is there in regards to Father's Day not having the same hype as Mother's Day, or fathers not being recognized the same as mothers. I feel like because it's rare, or at least that's what society thinks, it's rare for a man to really stand up to his responsibilities. I feel like that is why society doesn't, have the same mindset when it comes to both days. But I do think for the ones that do stand up, they have a saying that says the good suffers for the bad. But I believe that, it depends on the situation of the household. If you have a good dad in the household, and also, I mean, should we just stereotype it to just Father's Day? I feel like men don't really get a lot of days to begin with.
And you're right.
So,
Yeah, I can attest to that one.
hi, Positive Crash Outs. How are you? Thanks for joining. Remember, guys, as you join, please like the live. So I was saying men don't get a lot of days to begin
Yes,
with.
I think I should be celebrated more.
So I think the spouse can use that day, Father's Day, as an opportunity to show some love too. Yeah, so I definitely agree with you, Elevated, that it should be both kids and spouse.
I think I like this topic.
I knew you would. Yeah, Elevator says, for a man that handles all his business and upholds the household, it said that's what he's supposed to do as a man.
Right.
Yeah, well, I feel like that came about from the olden days, because back in the day, a woman would stay home and make sure the house is kept, and
order,
as well
right?
as the children and all of that.
While the man goes out and, do
Provide
what
work.
he's supposed to do, work, maintain that house, maintain that home.
Yeah, so I feel like that came about from olden days.
It's tradition.
But as generations come about, we are kind of deviating from that. A matter of fact, I don't know if it's a case like generation, but with the times nowadays, sometimes you can't really expect the man wholly and solely to uphold the house financially. I feel like it depends though, because if he makes more than the woman does, and it depends on the financial dynamic, I would think that he would take care of most things, and then the woman can take care of what she's able to take care of.
True.
So in that sense, as the generations come about, we are kind of deviating from that. But I do think some people are stuck in the olden days, where they believe that a man should take care of everything financially, but we have to also think about if both parties are working or if both individuals are working, it would be really unfair. It would be really unfair to have the man wholly and solely taking care of everything. But you do have some men that are really, really traditional that believes they should take up the financial responsibility wholly and solely.
I think
That's
that
I
that
think
specific man would have to be in a certain position where he knows that he can do that.
right. So I feel so too. If the man is in a position where he doesn't really have to stress too much in being the sole breadwinner, then I believe he should be the sole breadwinner if he's able to. If he's not able to be the sole breadwinner, then the female should be able, to help the financial situation. I think it all depends on each household.
Why is it okay to want to follow traditional values when it's convenient? It's the culture
Yeah.
and the society today. That's the reason why.
And when you say why is it okay to follow traditional values when it's convenient? In what sense? Are you referring to if like a woman wants a man to wholly and solely uphold the financial responsibilities, or are you saying if the man makes way more and can afford it, why should he be the only financial or why should he be the only breadwinner? I want to kind of know which angle, sorry, tongue tie, you're kind of looking at it from, which perspective.
So guys, not to deviate too much from the topic.
Yeah, but that's still with the topic though.
Yeah, but we're talking about Father's Day.
Yeah, but it comes into it where, well, I guess it all ties in some sense.
It does.
Because, as I said, men don't really get a lot of days. Well, because even with Valentine's Day too, I think more emphasis is placed on the female. But again, I think that's society too. And I think that's also men too. Because men sometimes don't want it to seem like, oh, they're all into that and whatever. And it's a woman thing or whatever. But when it comes to that day, I think some of it is based on culture.
Valentine's Day basically is the celebration of love. Mm-hmm. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. I think it's an ego thing for men.
Yeah.
And that part, if a man is taking care of everything, like
our older generation, why do they
have to deal with all the trash talking from women now?
I feel like this is a double-edged sword elevated, because why I say that is because if you are a man that takes care of the house wholly and solely financially, right? If you're the sole breadwinner and the woman keeps the house, takes care of the children and all that good stuff, and when you say trash talking, I'm not sure what you mean. Is it that the
women tend to talk down to men?
But if they're the breadwinner and they're taking care of business, I don't understand why the female would trash talk. I feel like trash talking comes in where a man is the breadwinner, but he's doing other things that's not becoming of a man that would take care of his family. Meaning, you can be the breadwinner, but you're out there having other women. No woman is going to sit down and shut up because you're the breadwinner. That's definitely not me. If you are the breadwinner and you're not doing everything that warrants you being the head of the household as a man, then certainly I'm not going to shut up. If you are the type of man where you're all about your family and you're the breadwinner too and all of that, then the woman will have no reason to trash talk. And if for any reason, because in any relationship, as our culture would say, teeth and tongue have to meet, right? That's not really trash talking if you're having an argument, because both parties are gonna say whatever. It's an argument. But if you're talking about women talking down to men, if you're talking about women talking down to men, then if they're talking down to men for no reason, then I don't agree with that. But sometimes when men are the breadwinner, you do have some men that feel like, one, they can control the female. Two, they can do whatever they like because they're the breadwinner. And I don't think that's a healthy dynamic. I don't think that's a healthy situation. So again, trash talking, I think it's a double-edged sword, because it's going to be like a push and pull.
If that man is leading in a positive way,
right,
he should be okay. The woman should not be trash talking or talking down to that man.
Yeah, that's basically what I said.
Mm-hmm.
But if he's not, and majority of the time men are not, then that's where you would get the trash talking. But if the man really stands on business, and when I say stand on business, not just financially, but as a protector, someone who values the person they're with, stuff like that, then when a woman feels loved, comfortable, protected, and they have a level of security or a level of confidence that, yes, my man is this type of guy, and there are certain things that your spouse would not expect you to do in certain situations and stuff like that. So again, it depends on each couple. I think it depends on the dynamic and the type of relationship you have. I guess that's how some of the trash talking would come in. Have you had situations like that, Elevated? Because I feel like you've had some type of dynamic or situation. Because I feel like this is a topic you are passionate about. Anything else, babe?
Yes, my kid's mother was like that.
Oh, yeah.
I can say American women are different, Elevated.
We're not gonna stigmatize, no. No. We're not.
It's not a matter of stigmatizing, but the typical American woman these days, they see themselves as equal to men.
I don't think that's just American women, no.
And when I say equal, I mean they don't want a man to have anything over them.
I don't really think so. I feel like most women expect a man to take care of them, And I feel like that's not a good perspective to look at things. Hey Stash, thank you for joining.
Stash, what's
What
up?
up? Remember to like the live. Thank you. So we're talking about men getting enough credit, being that Father's Day is coming up, and you know what are the comparisons in regards to like Father's Day being celebrated versus Mother's Day being celebrated? Do they get the same hype, the same output, the same level of effort in making that day special for them? What's up, y'all? I liked it. Oh, thank you so much, Stash. So yeah, so we all know the answer to that. No, yes, that's basically what we were saying too. They really don't.
Yeah, men are love conditionally.
Yeah, Anthony was saying
Fathers are love conditionally.
Conditionally. And I was saying the reason for that too is probably because it is rare that a woman won't stand up to their responsibilities, but it's more likely than not that a man would stand up to his responsibilities. I'm not putting all men in the same bracket because you do have good men out there. So I feel like that's why society doesn't show them the same
Mother's Day, fancy, extravagant meals. Father's Day, boiled hot dogs.
boiled hot dogs and beans. Yeah, I know something. I kind of agree with you, Elevated. But I feel like because a lot of people,
no cap.
I don't know, but for some reason, the Father's Day thing, I feel like females on a whole puts it to the kids to show the appreciation. But Elevated, we were just saying that it should be both kids and the spouse should show that appreciation, you know, because Mother's Day, the spouse do show that appreciation too.
I kind of like that idea. I kind of like it, but I think I'm leaning a little towards the side where the kids must show the appreciation for the parent.
Yeah, but
because remember now, that spouse has a mother or a father to show appreciation to, just the same.
True.
So I'm thinking, you know, I think it's the kids should show the appreciation. That's my opinion.
So your answer is the kids.
Yeah.
So you switch from both.
Yeah, I think even though I would like to be, you know, appreciated by both. The more the merrier.
But you see, you're kind of undercompensating yourself, because for females, both the kids and the spouse show them that appreciation. So I guess you guys should get the same. You don't think so?
So you feel that it should be the same for mothers? Yeah.
Yeah.
Fear is fear.
Star says
definitely.
Star says nah, the women need to show the appreciation.
So back to the point where we have Valentine's Day.
So fathers need to show appreciation for women too on Mother's Day. So
Valentine's Day is the day, you know, where the woman show appreciation to the man, vice versa. So both parties should show appreciation for each other on Valentine's Day, because they're celebrating love.
Yeah.
But on Father's Day, the kids must show appreciation for the dad, and on Mother's Day, the kids must show appreciation for the mother.
But appreciation can't be too much, you know. You can get from both still. So because maybe you're looking at it like
It's
you
gonna be
want
too much.
cut out the whole spouse thing in regards to Mother's Day and
Yeah.
Father's Day.
It's gonna be too much for
I,
one person.
I understand that, but
But nothing is wrong if you think that your spouse should or your spouse wants to. Nothing is wrong with that.
well, you know, and sometimes it depends on the situation too. Because what if the kids are not around and stuff like that? Then the spouse have to pick up the mantle, right? So I still think it can be both. Elevator says the only special days men get are Father's Day and their birthday. All the other holidays are for women. Which one now? So Valentine's, Mother's Day, which other one are for women? Birthdays.
Christmas, Emancipation
But
Day,
no, but Christmas,
4th of July.
that's a Jamaican holiday, babe.
Yes,
and
elevated. Women get 4th of July too.
no, oh, 4th of July for over here. No. But 4th
Them
of
get
July
all Juneteenth.
babe, Juneteenth are for everybody. 4th of July are for everybody. And it's not like a special.
Just being sarcastic.
I know.
Based off what Elevated said.
Oh, Elevated says St. Patrick's Day
Labor Day.
and Labor Day. Star says women get gifts on Halloween. A lie. Babe, how many get no gift Halloween? No, sir. Elevated says Easter.
Of course, me give you candy.
For Halloween?
Of course. Remember, you come in the room and say trick or treat, I'm going to take up the candy gear.
Wait, I feel like Easter is for kids though, right?
No, sir, Easter for everybody.
For everybody.
Yeah.
Star says, see my point proven. Lord Jesus, I mean, yeah, but on a whole, I feel like we can step up the thing for the fathers still.
Yeah, that's the thing for men on a whole.
Yeah, we can.
We need more appreciation.
We can step up the thing.
We need more gifts. Although we not deserve it, we need it. You know.
But some men deserve it.
And
yeah.
and you know, it motivates us men to do better. Right? Right, guys? Come on.
I was thinking the same thing now. Some people say, sweeten labor, sweeten the labor.
And men, it go for you too, you know, it go for you guys as well, you know. You know, from time to time we can buy them, you know, buy the spouse some gifts and thing, you know, make them feel nice.
See, that's why in relationships too, even though we have special days and things like that, Anthony and I do we have this thing where we give each other just because gifts. I think we even made a video on it on our channel, so if you want to go back, I think it's entitled Just Because. So we give each other just because gifts, for no reason. It's just because, right?
And not only when you don't want some loving.
Yeah, not only when you don't want the good. The just because gift must be something like the person is not expecting it, and you just come home one day and you have the gift waiting for that person, and you're giving the gift not expecting anything in return. And that should be both individuals. It doesn't have to be on the same day, but you know, Anthony.
You're welcome, Stash.
Stash say, lucky you. I never got a just because gift. Really, Stash? Elevated says me either. Wow. But
you know, my aunt said this to my niece. Women teach men how to treat them. And I was looking into it.
Men should do the same.
Men should do the same.
Yeah, because before Anthony said that, I was just about to say, because both of you say that you've never gotten a just because gift. But I was gonna say before he said that maybe you should set the trend.
And if
You're right.
men lead by example, the woman will follow.
Yeah. I was just about to say maybe you should set the trend. Just come home one day with and guys, a just because gift is nothing extra.
It doesn't have to be.
It doesn't have to be extra.
It can even cost $5.
Yeah. Because the video that we did for the just because, we were on a budget of what, $5?
I think it was $10.
$10?
Yeah, because
we couldn't find anything for $5.
$5, you know. Yeah.
So we had a budget of $10. So it doesn't have to be anything big. You can just something that you think your spouse would like, and you just pop up one day with the gift without them even knowing that you're gonna give them something. Elevator says the problem with doing that is that the gift becomes requirement.
No,
I don't think
it's not.
I don't think it becomes a requirement, and that is the very reason why you're not gonna get anything extravagant. It's a just because gift, and maybe because we're using the word gift, it kind of sounds, but you can, if she likes chocolate, one day you're going home, you bring home a chocolate and say, hey babe, I got this for you.
Stash, on that point that you just bring up, if you have your spouse, you're with this person, you guys live together, right? I'm not talking
girlfriend on the road. No,
you guys have to be together.
Yeah, building something,
right? You're not gonna go out of your way to spend this.
And you know what I think it is too? People don't date with intention. People just date or have a boyfriend and girlfriend because a boyfriend and girlfriend. No, you have to date with intention. You're building something. So don't just because you see a girl or you see a man out there and she look good and she have the Coca-Cola bottle shape. No.
We're not talking about the BBLs. Because we men don't appreciate that.
There's stupid men out here that be doing that though. Yeah. Yeah, you can't. No, not because you see a girl out there with the Coca-Cola bottle shape versus the one that look kind of, and you say, oh no, the Coca-Cola bottle shape me want. No, but the one that looks this way might be the type of person that was meant for you.
All brings us back to the live that we did the other day. You can't judge a book by its cover.
Yep. So yeah, when you and somebody, when you guys are locked in like that, then they would know what's up. When you get a just because gift, as I said, it's not going to be anything extravagant unless you feel like it. But it can be a simple chocolate or a single rose. Yeah, it doesn't have to be anything big. Maybe you stopped somewhere real quick to get something and you see something that she would like or he would like. Maybe your spouse, maybe your girlfriend or wife, maybe know that you like hats and they see a really cool hat and they say, oh, let me get this for Stash or let me get this for Elevated. Things like that. It doesn't have to be anything major. And if you're in a relationship, and I feel sometimes too, because women are expected to always take the forefront when it comes to certain things, because men sometimes are not really into these types of things. But if you set the trend of how you would like your relationship to be, then of course the woman will follow and vice versa. Right? So you can start it off and say, hey babe, I got you something today. I think you'd like this.
Not gonna lie, we do have women out there who take advantage of men like this though.
You think?
Yeah, I've seen it.
There has to be some type of balance with the whole thing. I just can't believe that it's just cut and dry, like every woman out here is like just after something. You know what I mean?
Even on social media today, it's vivid, it's clear. They'll be saying, if a man ain't doing this, they don't want to be with that man. If they ain't doing that, they're telling you.
I get what you mean. It's nice talking to married people. Thank you, Elevated. But Elevated, I want to tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something. Even before we got married, or even before I got married, personally speaking, I had a standard of how I wanted to be treated, and I didn't even have to say anything. I feel like the way you carry yourself, the way you interact with the opposite sex, I feel like men can know, and even vice versa, women can know the type of person they're dating, and they would know the standard of that person, of how they would want to be treated. So I've never really had to ask to be treated a certain way. And so when you're looking for a partner for life, it's like you have a tunnel vision. You're not gonna downgrade persons you've been with, or you're not gonna, let's say you have this man or this woman out here interested in you, and vice versa, but because you have a standard, or you were with people who treated you a certain way, you're gonna look down on this person. No, you're just gonna be nice about it and let them know that, you know, this is not really what I'm looking for, and stuff like that. But even before I got married, I've never really had to ask to be treated a certain way. I guess I exude that type of
No, babe, you just found the right one.
yes, me find the right one, but before me find the right one too, certain things
You saw in me.
whatever. Me give you the credit. Yeah, so I just feel like you just have to find that one, and when you find them, you will know. So that's just what it is. I feel like, and it gets back to what I was saying with about dating with intention. Don't just date because, oh, you see this girl or you see this guy and you
Most
like
people
them.
can be
No.
dating with intention because them have time, they can area date at once, so them confused.
It's okay to start out with Dick and Harry, and that's dating. Dating don't mean you sleep with everybody. That's different. That's being in a relationship. Dating, you can date
And that,
multiple
remember what you
multiple
said.
people.
And what you just said just now. Dating, if a man I go date a woman, right? And him I go spend money, him I look forward to something. And that is how most men are wired.
And that's the problem.
Brings us back to why I said men are loved conditionally.
But in that case, then it sound like you bring it on yourself.
No. Okay. Exclude both of us from this.
Elevated says he's expecting something. Yeah.
Most men are expecting something, right? It's not. How can I put this now? If we see someone that we like, right? It's visual first. Oh, she looks fine, right? Can't wait to be with her. That's the mindset. No. It's hard for a man to go on dates, spending all this money, buying food, and then all of a sudden the woman is not interested. He's not getting anything in return. So Most men are looking forward to that. They're looking for the good good.
So then you're just paying for the good, and then you're not gonna find a good woman because you pay for the good.
Well, most men.
Elevated says, "Oh, he's going to stop wasting his time and resources." All right. So as I was saying, dating multiple people. So dating doesn't mean you're sleeping with everybody. Dating is just what it is. Dating. You're going on dates, getting to know people, and then you choose the better of the lot. Right? If you make a choice, then you have to work on building that relationship. And of course, traditionally, and we are going back to the whole tradition thing, if you're going on a date, it is expected that the man pays for the date, right? But this is where I'm saying that is why you have to know the type of person you're dating. And I feel like people should stay in their league. Who don't want to spend dinners, then don't date those type of people, because that's not what you're into. So if the person is the type of person that wants to go to luxurious restaurants and whatever the case might be, then if you're not into that, then stay in your league or stay in your lane. That's what I think. You have to find or date people that's compatible. Both of you are compatible. Elevated says somebody is getting the goods while everyone else is wasting their time. If it gets to that point, then yeah, they need to cut off the time wasters or whoever's time is being wasted. Because if you give up the goods or you get the goods, then that means you make your selection. If you've made a selection, then you should work on growing that relationship. Yeah, so if you made your selection, work on maintaining that relationship. But if you're dating multiple people, you have to know what you're about. Make a budget and say, this is my spending budget for dates. And if you meet somebody today, it doesn't mean you have to bring them out on a date tomorrow. Okay, get to know the person, talk on the phone for a little bit, get to know the person, find out the type of things they like. If you were to go on a date, ask them what would be a good first date for them. You have water, babe? Ask them what's a good first date for them, and then you'll know if that's something you'd like to do, if that's somebody you would like to take on a first date. You have stages in dating. Dating is not just getting up, you meet somebody today and go there tomorrow on a date. No.
Yeah.
If somebody said to me, oh, let's go to the movie, that's a good date to me. Going to the movie, the only thing is you can't really talk in the movie to get to know one another, but you're supposed to have been talking on the phone prior to get to know the person. So going to the movie is just an extra, and then after the movie you can sit down somewhere and
man,
have a little chit chat.
If you're listening, whenever you're asking a woman out for a date, please don't initiate with the restaurant. Let's go fly a kite. Let's go fishing. Let's go have a ice cream.
Babe, what was our first date? Because I'm not a flying kite type of girl. Ice cream I would do.
Babe, we are an exception.
I would do ice cream as a date. Yeah, give me some rum and raisin. I'll rock with that. What else? What's a nice simple date?
Let's go jogging.
I don't know about that one there. No.
No, it doesn't have to be something where we're going to spend this lump sum of money. It doesn't have to be like that.
No, you don't have to spend a lump sum, but it can be
A
to
picnic.
like a yeah, picnic. That's a good one. But if you're taking the person on a picnic elevated, don't expect the woman to plan this date. You're taking her out on a date. You should do the planning, meaning get your basket, put all the good stuff in there, well thought out. You're even supposed to pick where you're gonna have this picnic, if it's a park or whatever. So it's not just gonna be any shabby little thing, no. And when I say shabby, it's still not gonna be no expensive nothing, right? You can put 2 ginger ale in there, bring a little something with a little ice, bring maybe you can have your sister or your mom help you bake a little plain cake, you know, the box cake. Yeah, something, and put a little cherry on top, you know. Or make sure you have a sandwich or
That's
something.
too much. Let's go fly a kite.
Or grapes or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, put it. Yeah, you see, me not even say champagne or wine. Although you can get that, you can get a little something for maybe what, up for at least $20 or something. But if you don't want to go the wine route or the that route, just get a juice or something and get 2 glass or cups. Make it special. Don't just throw anything in there in the basket. But again, I say you have to do the planning.
Cheap
Don't,
and romantic.
right. That's the aim. Right? So
She might just want to give up the good right there. Who knows?
first impression, and this was another live we had the other day. First impression is everything. Right?
On the green grass, you just spread a white sheet or something floral. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
You know, you have your little basket there. You know, some juice, some orange juice, some apple juice, a little cooler with some ice. You know, some little flowers too. You know,
or you can buy you know, a little some pineapple juice, because then, you know,
pineapple is good for the what?
pineapple is good for the good. Yeah, so it doesn't have to be anything of great magnitude. You just have to show that you're putting effort into it. Yeah. What's other good first dates? Yeah, I would do ice cream. I would do movies. I would do a coffee shop.
Unusual things. Those are the norm.
Yeah.
But when you think about it, you know, babe, these females nowadays, they don't want to go in any random, just go sit on the grass, you know, have ticks and all these things.
You bite them.
They don't want to do that. No, they don't.
Well, again, that goes back to my point
These
where
female nowadays, they want to be all dressed up, all dolled up and shit.
but you can get dressed up to go on a picnic, yeah.
Listen, they want to do it for the gram.
You can
They
get,
want to be out there.
and you can get dressed up to go to the movie, and you can get dressed up to go to ice cream. I'll get dressed up to go get me some rum and raisin.
No, sir.
Yeah, so again, it goes back to you choosing the right person and knowing if you guys are on the same page or you guys are compatible. Yeah, so that's that. Any other points you want to touch on?
So, for all the fathers out there, do we want to list things that we want on Father's Day? Can we start listing things that we want on Father's Day?
Was it Stash that said, was it Stash or Elevated that said, Mother's Day is extravagant restaurant and this and that, but fathers are what?
Hot
Dog
dogs.
in boiling water and beans. So maybe you can put the extravagant restaurant on your list.
We want to be treated like kings, don't we?
And that's not just something that should happen on that one specific day.
I mean, we won't pressure you guys. We are considerate.
Yeah.
But on that day, we want to go above and beyond. We start this. We want
If-
the most.
Going to be disappointed. Yeah, that might be true.
Yeah.
Maybe
Most
in
of
some
us
cases.
are gonna say, "Boy, have you lost your mind?"
Well, yeah, you can make a list and make a good list and say pick something from the list, and then you also have that list for you can also have that list for Christmas and birthday. So if you didn't get something from it for Father's Day, then you can get it for Christmas and birthday and all that good stuff. So Elevated, I feel like giving you some homework, Elevated, you need to go on a date, do a picnic, and come back and tell me how you plan it, what and what you put in the basket, and tell me how the date turn out.
Elevated, listen, invite her out to fly a kite. Yeah? If she don't want to go, she's not the right one. She don't work your time.
What are some of the things you like to do, or what do you think is a good first date, Elevated? And don't say flying kite.
Fly a kite. Listen, if she's interested, she'll go and fly the kite. I'm telling you.
Babe, me never fly no kite. Me not fly no kite.
So I try to say, you never interested in me?
Then you there fly kite?
Of course, me go fly a kite.
What was our first date?
I don't remember.
Yeah.
How much date we go on?
Again, it comes back to knowing the person you're with, and it comes back to picking people that you're compatible. I think that is so important.
Guys,
Very,
listen,
very important. Make sure
the first date we went on,
you're compatible.
the first date me and Sabi went on is on the phone. I was at work, she was at work, and we had lunch over the phone. That was the very first date we went on. Probably she not even remember that.
I would do bowling on a first date, that or skating. See, yeah, that's a good one. Bowling. I would do bowling, yeah. But yes, but Elevated, even though you're doing bowling, you still have to spend a little something. You have to buy a drink. She got thirsty. Yeah, if it's even like a bottle of water, she gonna need something to quench the thirst. Bowling can, it's an active sport. But that's a good idea. I've never been skating.
Alright, we'll go skating next weekend. I wonder if I can skate again.
You used to skate?
I wonder if my knee can manage. Getting old, guys.
Yeah, so bowling is a very good idea.
Thank you for that idea.
And skating.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's something I would do too, bowling, as a first date, and even as second and third date too.
Take her to the beach. Take her to a pool party. Well, not the party. Take her to the pool. You know.
Mm, yeah, that's a good one too. Well, not first date, no. Because why you want to see her in a swimsuit on a first date?
Yeah.
No. Mm-mm.
Check if she have a video.
I don't think you need to be in a swimsuit
That's true.
to detect that. You can detect that
Yeah.
at any point.
Yeah. Sarcastic.
Okay. Anyway, it says I would do the beach, but if things go bad, that's a long ride back home. If things go bad, then the long ride home is an opportunity to talk it over, and who knows, the second time might be the charm.
No, she's gonna talk her way out of that. Talk you into taking her back home. By the way, elevated. What could possibly go wrong?
with that thing that's when I go to the beach. Yeah, what would be that scenario? What? Maybe you don't like what you see in swimsuit, vice versa.
Right.
Hey Jay! Oh my God, Jay! You're just coming in when we're about to wrap up.
Jay,
it was
listen.
it was a good live.
Jay, you will be held accountable for your late arrival. Okay?
Look who is talking. Ask him if he might arrive in any.
You will be held accountable for your late arrival.
So Jay, we were talking about men not getting enough credit, being that Father's Day is coming up. They don't get the same type of hype and effort
As mothers
do.
or as women would get.
Yeah, Jay says, I know, right? Sorry, y'all. That's okay, Jay. We're just messing around.
So Jay, what are your thoughts on that topic? Men are not being appreciated enough. Men who deserve to be appreciated.
Yeah, she says, men do need more credit. I agree. Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Especially on Father's Day. And do you think that the kids or the spouse or both should celebrate or should show appreciation to the father on Father's Day?
I was saying, Jay, that both. Some people would say the kids because Anthony was kind of rocking the fence because he's saying,
I was saying both at one point, but thinking about it, I'm kind of sliding to the kids should show the appreciation to the parent.
because that spouse has parents too and blah blah blah.
Exactly.
But but the women do get appreciation from both spouse and kids. It's like an all-out thing. So I think the men should get the same courtesy.
Same appreciation.
Jay, what's so all of this in regards to men not getting enough credit and stuff like that, it led us in a conversation other aspects of the conversation. So we were saying, what would be your ideal first date? Because I was telling them I would go on a date to get ice cream. They just give me some rum and raisin. Yeah, I'm good. Or to the movies or something. Elevated was saying a picnic. I agree. And I was telling him that if he's going on a picnic though, and it's the first date, don't expect the woman to plan the date. He has to plan it. Yeah, so
What are your thoughts?
that was what the convo was about. Yeah, so Elevated, remember your homework. Elevated.
Do you
No, Jay. The last comment we got from you was yes, men do need more credit. We haven't seen any other comment. That's the last one we got. Hey Trisha, how are you? What's up? We were talking about the fact that Father's Day is coming up and if men get enough credit as the women do on Mother's Day, and who should be responsible to show the appreciation. Should it be the kids? Should it be the spouse? Or should it be both? Yeah, Jay says, oh damn, I wrote a paragraph. They probably blocked it because I was cursing. Oh! But normally they would say, what I call that message we always get? Held for review. Normally we would see something that says it's being held for review. Or I wonder if it's because it was too... Was it a long paragraph? Maybe it was too long, so I don't know. Try again, Jay. We're waiting. Just leave out the cuss words and see if if that's why they blocked it.
telling you guys, first date?
Oh, Trisha says both. Yeah, Trisha says both. Yeah, I think both too. Anthony was on the fence with both. At first he was saying both, then he says kids because even the spouses have parents too. And I'm like, yeah, that's true, but
Juicy
even with females, that's Lala. Hi Lala. What's up? Thank you for joining. Guys, remember as you're coming to hit the like button. And you guys are coming in when we were just about to wrap up because Elevated and Stash was over here giving us some good laughs.
Let me see. Clean way.
You're saying it the clean way, Jay. Yeah. I said they should get their behind whooped. Cause that don't make no sense. Both the kids and wife should celebrate him. Yeah, I think so too. Both kids and the spouse should celebrate because
But remember now, Jay, that spouse also has a mother and a father to show appreciation to on that day. Now I'm thinking it's gonna be too much. So if you look at it, everybody's going to be celebrating everybody.
you know what? Why he's saying that? Because he want cut out. I guess he would like the whole even when it comes to like Mother's Day and stuff like that. So he wants it cut across the board. So he's saying that for the men, yes, and I guess it would be a general thing for the women too. So he's saying like the focus should be kids showing appreciation to their parents.
That's my opinion. That's how I look at it.
Lala says, I will watch the replay, just got off the plantation. Okay, Lala, thank you.
Thanks for stopping by. And you will also be held accountable. Okay? For your late arrival.
Oh yes, we are celebrating Father's Day. That's, yeah, awesome. It's good to celebrate and show them some love, because I don't think they get enough credit as it is. And grandpa too. Yes, definitely.
See?
I think it was, I don't remember if it was Elevated or Stash, was saying for Mother's Day they go all out with extravagant restaurant and this and that, but all men get is like a hot dog in a boiling water and some beans.
So, fuck what?
You can celebrate everyone. I'm a celebrate my father, my uncle, even fathers that are friends. And when me and my husband have kids, me and them will celebrate him, and I'll still show love. True. That's it, Jay. That's so true. Because if you realize, even for Mother's Day too, I think sometimes people even celebrate people who are not mothers, celebrate women who are not mothers, and I think that's so nice. So, of course, we can, spread the love and celebrate them, celebrate the men. I think Anthony is just playing devil's advocate. Oh, Lala say yes, uncles too. Definitely. And what about, because you might have situations where the kids are not around, and so the onus would be on the spouse to make him feel special on that day. So I guess it depends on the household and each scenario.
You're right. It does depends on the scenario.
Lala says, I bought the men. Oops. I bought the men and the men in my life gifts. Razors, tools, food cards, etc. That's awesome. Yeah. That's awesome, Lala. And that's good. Make them feel special too. Jay says, I love that y'all always come on live together. Y'all act like best friends. We are. Thank you, Jay. We are.
But she's not telling me all of her secrets. She's not. Best friend tells each other their secrets.
As they should be. Oh, thank you. Yeah, so that's what we were talking about. Elevated still up. Elevated, make sure you plan for your homework, Me give you the homework. For the picnic, find somebody that you're interested in. And remember,
why?
Make sure you pick somebody you're compatible with. Don't just go for the Coca-Cola bottle shape, right? Make sure you're compatible. Go on the first date with the picnic. It doesn't have to be anything expensive.
Take her ass out to fly kite.
Jay says, laugh my ass off, Tony, when you look at her like that.
Yeah, because she's saying that we're best friends and she's not telling me her secrets.
I wonder what secret that. And then
up until today's date, I'm still learning new things about her.
You would be bored if you weren't. It's good to have a bit of mystery. No malice in that. Right, Lala?
Listen.
Yes.
I do not like surprises. Right?
Listen, women, If you know, you know, okay?
Men are supposed to be mysterious, not women.
No. Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
We don't already have
You have
enough
it,
against
babe,
you guys. You don't need no mystery.
Babe, you have it wrong. Men are beat around the bush. You have it wrong, this.
Okay.
Men are supposed to be mysterious.
Um.
If a man is all just plain and straight, there's no attraction there.
Mm,
And I can sure most of the women in the chat will
agree
with what I'm saying.
But maybe women are attracted to
Mysterious men.
not everybody. Personality,
Babe,
swag.
ask them.
Yeah.
From them young and I grew up, them I read all this romantic novel.
Who reading it?
Most.
Eh?
You never read romantic novel when you're younger.
Oh, yeah. Because you know why?
And them I talk about mysterious men and oh this and that.
Yes,
Come
so
on.
them romance novel doing the thing.
And them romantic movie there. If they come mystery there behind the man, then no one if you do with the man.
That's right. Get to know the lady. No movie. A fun date. Yes, Lala. Because he had mentioned picnics. So I was telling him it doesn't even have to be anything expensive in the basket. Like it don't have to do wine or anything like that. You can get to ginger ale.
Some pineapple juice.
Some pineapple juice.
Good for them.
And have maybe have his sister or mother help him bake a little cake. You know, something. Make a sandwich. That would be nice. Oh, Jace, tell the secret, Sab. Yes, Lala says, of course, always something new in a relationship. Yeah, because I just learned that he likes skating, or he can skate. Because Elevated was saying a good first date would be bowling or skating. That's a good first date. I would do bowling.
Go to the beach.
But I was telling Elevated, even with bowling, you still have to spend a little something because the lady might be thirsty. It's an active sport. Jay says, I need y'all on 20 questions with Jay. Yes, Jay. Remember, you had asked us and we said yes. Whenever you're ready, let us know. We'll set up an appropriate time.
Remind me so I can get a drink or two before. Yeah, you know I need a little personality. So I can talk the things. Talk a lot of things.
Lala says, I love your blouse. You always dress so nice. Oh, thank you, Lala. Thank you.
Guys, thank me.
What's this?
Because she have to ask me every morning, babe, should I wear this? What you think about this? Thank me.
I can't lie about the one there. Like when I'm getting dressed, I'll be like, so what do you think I should do? Should I do gold earrings or should I do silver? Does the shoes match with this?
I can't be sending you out there. You know you're representing me.
Okay. My husband said it depends on the how we get this?
Yeah, what?
Oh. My husband said it depends on the kind of woman you got. Oh, he's listening. I agree with him. That's why I was telling Elevated that, you know, I was telling them, and I think Stash was here too. I was saying to them, you have to be compatible with the person. You have to pick people that's in your league. No. If you know you don't want to spend, if you know you're the type of person when you're going on a first date or when you're going on certain dates and you're the type of person that don't want to spend, you know, certain type of money or whatever. If you see a girl out there, you can't just choose that individual because of first attraction or first sight. Yes, you like them, but talk to them on the phone first. If you meet somebody today, you don't have to necessarily go on a date tomorrow.
On the situation. It depends on the situation, your first, you know, interaction with the person.
Yeah,
that's why I said invite her ass out to fly a kite. If she says no, she's definitely not the one. If she's interested, then she'd go and fly the damn kite with you. Yeah.
And again, I ask you, I'm not a kite type of girl. So,
And then that's your opportunity to find out what that person likes. And trust me, if she's interested, she'll stand and she'll tell you exactly what she likes.
Lala says pineapple. Yeah.
Pineapple.
Oh, Lala says play some games. Yeah, that's a good one too. But I feel like playing games like that's like a second or third date.
Wonders for my pretty little family.
Yes, Jay. Oh, hey, Fabi. What's up?
Guys, remember, like the live. We are doing well, Fabi.
Yeah, we're doing great. Thank you for coming. What's that? Winning. Winzie. Am I saying that right? What's that?
Winning Wednesday.
Oh, Jay says, let me get your Instagram. Jay, the Instagram is the Sab Tony.
You know, it's a little cheap hat that helped me. What kind of, take the sun off of my face today.
It's Sab Tony. You what, underscore, babe? Sab underscore and underscore Tony, or is it Sab Tony?
For what?
For Instagram.
Sab Tony.
Sab Tony. It's on our Jay, it's on our page.
Oh Lala, thanks for the compliment on the hat.
So it's Sab Tony for the Instagram, and it's on our page, and we're also on Instagram. If you want to see another side to us, go check us, not Instagram, TikTok. Go check us out on TikTok too if you want to see another side to us.
Sab Tony as well.
And it's Sab Tony.
Yeah, what kind of side that? The naughty side?
Whatever you want to call it.
The Jamaican side to us is on TikTok. The raw, derogative.
Lie. Stop lying. Derogative.
Yeah, raw, uncut.
Hey Jay, hey Fabi. My pleasure. Oh, Jay says, okay, I just followed you all. Okay, thank you, Jay.
Yes.
Fabi laughing. Jay says, yes, period. I'm right, y'all. So we can set something up soon. Yeah. Yep.
Most definitely.
Okay, guys. We've been here for a while. I had a salad for lunch and a spring pea soup, small one. And right now, I'm gonna put it up on my community too. But right now I'm starving because that salad came out of me like maybe 2 hours after I ate it. Yeah, so we came in from work and decided to have a little chit chat with you guys. So now, oh, and we need to go start laundry too.
Yes, guys, I'm tired, I'm hungry.
Me too, I'm starving. Yeah, so we're gonna wrap this up, guys. Thank you so much. I don't know what we're gonna eat. I don't have a clue. I'm gonna have to figure something out. Like real fast too. Good to see you too, Fabi. Lala says enjoy your evening. Thank you, Lala.
Alright, guys.
Jay says okay later. Okay, Jay. Thank you guys so much for tuning in.
And go on and make love. Enjoy your night.
Why you send the people that I don't understand.
You all go make some love. Enjoy your night.
Alright, guys. Later. Bye-bye.
Mwah, mwah.
I think somebody else was writing a message. I wanted to see if it would still come in. It says held for review. Jay says tell my husband to get this kitty right. Jay, have a good night. Ozzy, hear that? Okay.
Listen, hold on. Get her some wine. Something sweet.
Or some pineapple and coconut rum.
There you go.
Bye.
Or some Jamaican rum, the Ray and nephew. That shit will work. Then that shit will knock the drawers right off her.
All right. Bye.